Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, I thought I would talk about a topic that everybody cares about in the cloud space, and that's certifications and why you do not need them to start a job in cloud computing. Let's go. So I know everybody's obsessed with certifications and getting them, and the sad truth is that no, a certification will not necessarily help you get a job in cloud computing. And there are a few reasons why. But at the same time, in this video, I will also tell you things you can do on top of a certification to get yourself a job in cloud computing, especially if it is your first time. All right, so the first thing you have to remember is that experience is king. Experience will trump everything you have. Even if you have every single certification in the cloud space, somebody with actual hands-on proven experience will probably get the job. That's just the way things work, whether it is cloud or anything else. Experience is king. Having a cloud certification with no experience will probably not help you as much if you are competing with people with experience. The second thing about certifications is that you also have to have the right certification for the job. You have to see that there are a lot of certifications in the cloud space, and having all of them may be wonderful, but if you don't have the ones you care for the job you are applying for, it may not matter. You have to get the appropriate certification for the job you want. And ideally, instead of being horizontal with your certifications and get all the fundamentals first level and then expert level, you go straight for the vertical. If you want to go in the DevOps space, you should go for the DevOps certifications. You should go up, go straight up to the DevOps, go straight up to all the certifications that you would need to qualify you as an expert in your space. The third thing is cloud certifications will not help you for an interview. That's a very important thing because yes, you may qualify for an interview. You have to pass the interview. You have to be able to answer the questions that people may have for you during the interview. I made a video about cloud interview questions. You should go and watch it. A certification does not help you for an interview because usually interviews are based on skills, on hard skills that you have that you usually develop through experience. Even though it is possible for you with a certification to pass a job interview, you have to look beyond your certification. You have to look into real life problems that your certification solves and try to figure out how to solve the problems yourself so you can pass the interview. And lastly, and that's really the biggest one, is that a certification does not cover a lot about a job responsibility. A certification in the cloud is only a certification about a tool. It's the same thing as having a hammer certification in the roofing business. You can get all the certifications for all the tools you have. It does not make you a roofer. It does not give you the skills you need to be able to put together a roof. So more concretely, I took the AZ204 certification, which is the Azure Cloud Developer Certification. It covers the Microsoft SDK for Azure. It also covers some products that Azure has to offer. But overall, would I be qualified to be a software developer in the cloud after only taking the certification? And the answer is a resounding no. There's so much more to being a cloud developer that this certification does not cover. It does not cover programming altogether. It doesn't cover front end. It doesn't cover back end. It doesn't cover designing an application. It doesn't cover version control. It doesn't cover algorithms. It doesn't cover runtime. It doesn't cover so many things that a cloud software engineer would need to know to be able to do their job. If I saw somebody come to me for a cloud software developer with any certifications and nothing else, the answer will be no. I will not hire a person like this because it does not cover the vast majority of the skills needed for the profession of cloud software engineer. That's the biggest drawback with the whole certification craze. A certification tells people that you are able to use a tool, but it's not to be mistaken with the ability to do a job. A certification is about a tool A job is a lot more than just a tool. So now that I have completely destroyed certifications for you, now you may be asking, well, what else can I do to get a job in cloud computing? You'll be happy to hear there are solutions. There are good solutions that are out there that will help you. The first thing I want to get out there is you should work on certifications. They are useful in the world. They are important to have, but they will not land you a job, especially if you have no experience. Let's talk about the things you can do to get a job in cloud computing. First of all, don't get a job in cloud computing. Get experience. Like I said, experience is king. Getting any amount of experience is highly valuable. Get a job in help desk. Get a job as a sysadmin. Get a job around the job you want. Like, don't get a job in accounting, get a job in IT. Try to get an entry level job if you're entry level. Get your foot in the door. Cloud jobs are very glamorous because cloud is a big thing right now. But a lot of cloud engineers today have started their job elsewhere. I started in help desk. A lot of people you know who you probably follow on YouTube or social media or whatever, they have started in help desk. They have started in other positions than a cloud job. There's a lot of skills you need to have that may not be directly applicable to cloud, but are very good to have. Customer service. You always have a customer, whether it be external or internal. You are always working for a customer. Troubleshooting. How you go about troubleshooting a problem. Those are skills that you need to have, especially when you work in a cloud infrastructure, because it adds up. The cost adds up very, very fast. If you have the wrong thing, it can cost a lot of money. And ideally, when you work in cloud, you use 100% of what you pay for. That's what we want to see. 100% usage. You spend money on something you don't use, that's a problem. Another thing you can do is learn publicly. If you don't have a job, or you have a job differently, but you want to show people that you have the knowledge, that you didn't just take a certification brain dump, you can always learn publicly. You can write a blog, you can have video on YouTube talking about what you learn, and do live streams and things like that, and have documentation of your learning process, so that even if somebody sees that you don't have the experience, you do have proof that you are learning. You do have proof that you've learned all these concepts, that you've taken the extra step to learn and share your knowledge with other people. Sharing the knowledge is very important. It's a very important skill to have, and it's a very valuable one. Get that skill, get that experience. It will be very valuable. Another thing you can do is projects. Cloud projects. Now, a cloud project is a way for you to showcase your skills in a real life situation. So if you do a cloud project, if you document everything and you share your knowledge and you have something working and you share your code in GitHub, when somebody sees you have no experience, then they will go to the next section and see, oh wow, this person actually did things in the cloud. They may not have had a job doing cloud stuff, but they actually did cloud stuff on the side as a hobby. And it is a valuable thing to see, because one of the drawbacks of a job, a regular job doing cloud, is that you may have the experience, but you can't prove it. You can't prove you have experience on the job other than somebody hired you to do a job. That's a very funny thing about experience, is that you can put whatever you want in your resume and nobody will check. Nobody will be able to check ever, because, well, it's intellectual property, it's security thing, and there's always a good excuse for you not to be able to share it. But when you do a project, then you can actually share your work. You can actually share that you've done the work, that you know how it works, and people can ask you questions about the project that you did. So that's it for this video. And one of my videos wouldn't be complete without a puppy. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye.